Good evening. You're welcome to another edition of Import Export Platform Facebook Live from 3 Team Pest Trade Academy. This evening we continue our conversation on the key success factor in any export business venture. The key success factor in any export business venture. I've spoken about a couple of issues I think are key success factor. I call them key success factor because, and I'm spending a lot of time on them because even though many people don't take them seriously, but they actually determine what becomes of the business afterwards. If the business is going to be successful, it's going to be determined on these key success factor. If it's going to fail, it's going to be based on this key success factor. I started with issue of passion and gift. I've spoken about credibility and character. In the morning, I talked about joining business groups, association, chamber of commerce. Then, this evening, I'll probably look at 2 or 3 things more. The first one is to keep your focus in the midst of daunting challenges. Business generally in Nigeria is challenging, but export business is now more challenging. Simply because of additional layer of risk that comes in as a result of sales across border to someone on the other side in another country that you probably have not met. And indeed, you don't need to have met any intending buyer. You don't need to have met your intending buyer. I've done business with people I've not met across seas. Even though it's good, it's great, and I think it's better, but you can actually still do business with someone you have not met. So, keep your focus in the midst of daunting challenges. Keep your focus. Keep your focus. Keep your focus. Imagine this scenario. And this is a very common experiment. When you use a convex lens under the sun, when the sun is very bright, convex lens converge light rays, and you allow the convergence on the light ray to fall on the paper. The paper is probably on the floor or in the hand of someone, but you are putting your convex lens and you will see the point, the light point of the point of the convergence of the light ray on that paper. If you continue like that for a while, that spot will get heated up and catch fire. What has happened? That's called the power of focus. The power of focus. That's the principle that works in any endeavor you do in life. But what I found out is that many people that come into export, because of the software running in the mind, the software of only looking for short, quick, sharp investment opportunity, not to build a business. Whenever they are faced with challenges, what happens? They bolt. They run away. Why are they running away? Lack of focus. Lack of focus. You will only be able to focus in the midst of challenges in a business you love to do, in something you enjoy doing. Which is why I said the very first point I mentioned, that key success factor, that you need to ensure you are in the beauty of export, you can export services and products, you can export different things. So you can now stay within the space of a product or service that you love, you're passionate about, but you're also gifted in. When focus becomes very necessary, nothing is discouraging you from being focused. You still want to be focused. Why? Because you love what you are doing. Because you enjoy what you are doing. Because you are passionate about it. In fact, what passion does for you is, because you love it and you want it to be successful, it makes you to be creative and finds new ways of doing that business. Find new ways of moving round every challenge that serves as a mountain on your way. Why are you able to do that? Passion. Why are you able to do that? Passion. 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 Passion for what you are doing is a critical success factor. Being focused is so important. You know, I left banking about 9 years ago to do consulting in trade, import, export, training, and of course to export itself. And you know what I found out? Many people that knew me then, some of them still call me today. They knew me because they were interested in export and probably did 1 or 2 shipments. But they call me today from time to time. Hello, Dele, are you still in that business? And I'll tell them, yes, I'm in there. And they say, I want to come back home. And I'll say, that's great. When are you coming back? But you know what has happened? You know what has happened? In the last 3-4 years that they left export, they've done 3 other businesses. And they've had issue with the 3 businesses, and they've left the 3 businesses. So they are coming back to the export that they left. Lack of focus. They are coming back to the same export they left behind. Lack of focus. Lack of focus. Lack of focus. Lack of focus. That's the major challenge bedeviling a lot of businesses in Nigeria. And you know why people don't have focus? The objective of the business is wrong. The reason why they want to do the business is wrong. What they set out to achieve in the business is wrong. Their desire is not to create mammoth business, to serve the world. Their desire is to make money. So passion is thrown into the wind. Skill, competence, talent, gifting is thrown into the wind. And they are unable to make it a success. I'm taking time to explain all these issues because I've been in this for a while now, and I've seen the good, the bad, and the ugly. And I've found out that those that will have today build a big export business are either not doing anything again, go back to paid employment, or are doing another business altogether. But their first love is most likely export business. But their first love is most likely export business. So what has happened? What has changed? What happened is that there was no focus. What happened is that there was no focus. Keep your focus in the midst of daunting challenges. Imagine those that were shipping and still continue to ship even when Nigeria refused to fix their Papa Road. It became so bad, they have to block it to fix it. But some people were still shipping. For some, they love what they do. They find a way around it. For some, it's a survival strategy. For some, it's a survival strategy. So if they don't, they themselves will not survive. For some, it's a survival strategy. I'm not talking about people that for this is a survival strategy. I'm talking about people that this is something they love to do. So they are finding solutions because they love what they are doing. The next thing is, let the fact about the business guide your decision and not the rumor. Export business is risky, just like any other business. Export business is risky, just like any other business. Every business has its own inherent risk. If you see someone doing it successfully, he has learned something you need to learn. So you can avoid the issue that will lead to losses and that will make the business unsuccessful. This is where the place of mentoring comes in. Let the fact about the business guide your decision. So and so product export is risky. Question. Are people shipping it? Yes. How are they doing it? Find out. Are people shipping it? If yes, how are they doing it? Find out. If nobody is shipping it, that's not to say you should not, but you should investigate why they are not looking at it. Maybe there are challenges they've not been able to solve, so they're looking for the other ones' options. But these are challenges you must know, you must fix if the business is going to grow. What am I trying to say? I'm basically saying that look for facts about the business. Look for facts about the business. Go on the internet, check out the data, export trade data of the country you want to ship to. Check out trade data of Nigeria on that product. Check out who is exporting it. See if you can seek an audience and interview some of them and talk to them. Do your findings. Don't depend on hearsay. Do your finding. Don't depend on hearsay. Don't just assume. Assumption is the lowest level of knowledge. Someone said the twins is guessing. So and so say this. So and so say this. So and so confirm this. Whatever it is that has been said, find out yourself. Not based on what the person said, but based on what you found out. So don't just read the comment on the internet and take it as the gospel truth about that transaction. Sometimes you might need information from different agencies, especially for those that are not IT savvy and put those things online. But generally, you get to find most of this information on the internet without having to pay for it. Let the facts about the business guide your decision, not the rumor. Let the fact about the business guide your decision, not the rumor. Get your facts right. Get your facts right. Take your decision not on opinions. Take your decision not on opinions. Not on what people feel or think. Not on what people say, but what you found out. What you found out. Take your decision based on that. This is priceless. This is very priceless. From the National Bureau of Statistics website to reliable website online, World Fact Book, CIA Fact Book, Atlas, World Atlas, you find a lot of relevant, correct data from those sites. A lot of relevant and correct data from those sites. Another thing I would like to talk about before I close tonight is that money is not just cash. When raising capital, consider companion. Money is not just cash. Money is not just cash. And this is very important. Money is not just cash. When you are doing this project, ensure that you use all the resources available with you to raise the capital you are looking for. Do you know that some people want to start a business and they have an issue with raising capital? But when they are thinking of capital, what do they think about? Cash. 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 I may bold to say that cash is the lowest expression of money available to mankind. And that if the only thing you think about is cash, that business will not grow. If the only thing you think about is cash, that business will not grow. Because if you are only thinking about the cash you will use for the business, you will not be able to grow the business. You need other type of money to raise capital. Other type of money, like companion, relationship. I talk about this again. Credibility, character, competence. Ensure that you don't joke with this when you are trying to raise capital for any project. Why? Those are very, very important qualities that you need. Companion is extremely important because people don't invest in projects, they invest in people. People don't invest in projects. They love the project, but they are going to put their money down is because of someone, not because of the project. Because they believe in that person will do what he has said he will do. Money is not just cash. When you are raising capital, think of companion. Money is not just cash. When you are raising capital, look for other type of money. And before I go tonight, I will mention one more thing. Never give up on the business, but you can give up on the product. Technology is advancing every day. Our world is changing every day. New and new information are coming up every day. The implication of that is that you might find out that the product you hold so dear, the product you love so much, the product you have used and sell and produce for many years is outdated. For example, in Nigeria some years back, there is a service that was thriving. Anybody that have money and want to invest in a business, they set up a cyber cafe. I know there might still be few that are operating, but today, cyber cafe is it's not it at all again. People now have the cyber cafe in their houses. They don't need to visit any cafe to go and browse or to get information or to check their email. Everything is on their palm, on their phone. Or they get a router and browse in their office or home. That business, the technology advancement outlive that business. The business is dead. So today, many people cannot do that business again. There are businesses you see today that are very great that didn't start when you know them. As in that what they are selling or what they were into when you met them is not what they started with. I understand that Nokia did not start with phones. I understand they started with paper. And they probably even moved into navigation system, now moving away from phone. Don't give up on the product. Don't give up on the business. Give us on the product. So don't give up export business. But you can change the export product you are shipping out. Don't give up on the export business. But you can change the product you are giving out. Why am I saying don't give up? You might have issue peculiar with a product. Why not change it? Sometimes you find out that you are a raw material exporter. You don't have buyers you used to have. That's okay. The terrain is changing. And the terrain is telling you, you have to change. You need to change. You need to change. Why don't begin to add value to that same thing? Begin to add value to it. Begin to add value to it. Immediately you begin to add value to it, you take it to another level. Immediately you begin to add value to it, you take it to another level altogether. Immediately you begin to add value to it, you take it to another level altogether. You open up for yourself more markets. So if there are 2-3 countries that buy that raw material in the first place, where you add value to it to become intermediate product or final product, more people will show interest immediately. More countries will be interested in buying. Let me give you an example of cashew nut. If you export raw cashew nut, for example, this year raw cashew nut exporter did not find it funny. A lot of them, and there were predictions that will happen. There will be glut in the system, and price dropped. So some people that even bought and kept, thinking that new season they will offload. I'm not sure if they'll be able to sell. But this is what happened. Immediately you remove it. Now, for that raw, we only have India, Vietnam, I think Brazil, and some few countries that we sell to. Probably less than 4 or 5 countries. But immediately you remove the shell and it becomes cashew kernel. Before you roast it, almost every country in the world is willing to buy, to roast. Same product, you have 3-4 countries, major buyer. Remove the shell, a little processing, intermediate product. You just find out that more than 100 countries are willing to buy. More than 100 countries are willing to buy. So amazing opportunity for you. Price then goes up because the demand is higher. What am I saying in essence? I'm basically saying that never give up on the product, on the business. Never give up on the business, but you can give up on the product. You can give up on the service. On what basis should you give up on the service? The service is no longer required. The product is no longer required. Not by one person in the market. Technology advancement is taking over. Technical advancement is taking over. The things that used to be appealing and interesting for men to buy, it's no more appealing and interesting, and many are no more showing interest, just because there has been a shift in the market. But please know, and be rest assured, please note, and be rest assured, that if you don't change the product, you will not have any buyer again. But you don't have to run away rather, from the business. Like some people have done. They disappear and run away from the business completely. They disappear and run away from the business completely. Why? Challenges. Why? Challenges. Why? Huge challenges. They cannot contain it. They cannot wait for it. They cannot afford it. Oh. But when you start something and run away from it, all the experiences you've gathered, you throw it into the wind. You will go and start from the beginning and learn something else. Instead of waiting in what you have learned, find a way to fix the challenge and move on so that you will remain among the few in the industry that are able to fix that challenge and then you can make the desired progress in it rather than running away. Rather than running away. I don't think running away is the solution. I don't think running away is the solution. I think running away is just is an easy way out that many are always looking for. It's an easy way out that many are always looking for. And if you always look for part of least resistance, if you always look for part of least resistance where there's no challenges, of course it becomes very difficult to make the desired progress. Because the path of least resistance is always crowded. The path of least resistance is always crowded. So you can't have a competitive advantage, something different. Why? That path is always crowded. Why? Everybody is looking for easy way out. For those just joining us, we are discussing starting and managing export business, and we are looking at critical success factors, what I would call soft issues. Not the documentation, the product, the price, the days, the that. Those ones, if you do have the right attitude, those ones you can fix it. We can fix it. Those ones you can fix it. If the right attitude is there to make the business successful, those other issues can be fixed. Those other issues can be fixed. The right attitude can make you to learn it and you fix it. So all the other issues I'm talking about, for me, are more important, and these are born out of experiences I've had over the years on the disposition of people to acquiring knowledge and learning about this business. So like I said, never give up. For those of us just joining, we appreciate if you can share this with your friends. It will help them in business generally, not necessarily in export. If you can share with your friends, just click on your share button, please, and share with your friends. That also makes it to remain on your timeline. You can then watch it afterwards. If you click on your share button and share with your friends, it makes it to remain on your own timeline and makes it also easy for you to be able, at the end of the day, to watch it again. Especially if you have missed any part of this, because I'll be rounding off in a minute. What am I trying to say in essence? I'm basically saying that these soft issues I'm talking about, for me, are germane, are very critical, are crucial, are more important, and that if we can fix those issues, if you can adhere by those issues, if you can work with those issues, you can easily make your export business a success. I'll be running off now. Remember this import-export platform, Facebook Live from Teaching Budget Academy. We come up every day, 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. Every day, 8 a.m. and 6 p.m. I'm rounding off now. See you tomorrow morning by 8 a.m. as we continue part 6 of starting and managing export business. Thank you very much.